boys and girls, children of all ages, everyone on YouTube, Facebook, and of course everyone on Han Sports of the House of Nerdom. It is the Dear UG here once again, and this time I am on my own, mostly due to my hectic schedule of moving. I am not finished with the move yet, but that would not stop the NFL from playing football. So I am doing my picks this early, it's about 8:50 now, so about 9 a.m. in the morning. Now, of course, I'm going to be honest, I am going in here with no notes this week, so if you're expecting notes or anything that you may have missed notes-wise that was not game stuff, I will not have that this week, or most likely next week as well. So my notes and all that will be coming back in week 14. So as for this week and next week, that'd be a no. But let's get to some shout-outs this week. Before I continue, I'd like to give a shout-out to the following people. Of course, Ann and Andrew, a.k.a. the Ghost of Test. Congratulations on your Steelers making the bounce back and beating the Cleveland Browns. Congratulations. Also, shout out to Brad and my mother because, well, your Ravens lost to my Cowboys, so nah. But good luck this week in your game. Also, shout out to Captain On and TLC, the last call. Shout out to them as well. And a shout out to my buddy who's a Giants fan, Brandon. And a shout out to my buddy who's a Packers fan. Great, I'm sure he doesn't want to hear about the Packers right now, Travis Glenn. But anyway, let's get to what I can do now. The recap of last week. So here we go. The Panthers beat the Saints. Got that one wrong. The Cowboys beat the Ravens. Steelers beat the Denver Broncos. The Lions defeated the Jaguars. The Colts surprisingly beat the Titans. The Bills beat the Bengals. The Buccaneers got the upset of the week, beating Kansas City, ending Kansas City's 10-game home win streak. The Giants beat the Bears. The Cardinals lost to the Vikings, giving the Vikings some life back. The Dolphins beat the Rams in the fourth quarter, proving the Rams suck. The Patriots beat the Niners, showing the Niners suck. Sorry, David Goodrich. Your Niners suck. The Seahawks beat the Eagles. The Redskins beat the Packers in dominating fashion. And the Raiders last night beat the Texans. But let's go over some of these games in greater detail, starting with the Thursday night. Saints and Panthers. Panthers winning that game at 1 point, 20-3. And then the Saints almost made this miracle comeback. Granted, Saints still did lose 23-20. But does that tell you how bad the Panthers are? They almost blew a 20-3 lead. That's amazing to me. And yet people still want to say, oh, this win, there's a shot that can make the playoffs. No, they're not like Kansas City from last year. Not happening. Moving on to one of the other games I wanted to talk about real quick. Vikings and Cardinals. Vikings, congratulations, you finally won a game again after losing 4 in a freaking row. You're still, unfortunately, not in the playoffs right now, as the Lions do hold the tiebreaker, and the Giants and Redskins are ahead of you right now in the wild card. So yeah, congratulations to the Vikings once again. Rams, wow. You were leading 14-0 no, it was 10-0 at one point. You had the game in the bag, and then you choked. Literally choked with a capital choke. Okay, you choked harder than Paris Hilton did in her video. Okay? Again, Patriots, congratulations to Tom Brady winning at home. That's just I think the first time he actually got to play in San Francisco. The last time they would have got there, unfortunately, he was out injured for the season. Redskins and Packers, wow. I don't think the shocking thing is the Redskins won the game, because a lot of people had the Redskins winning. The shocking thing was Green Bay getting demolished. Because, wow. Green Bay got destroyed in that, and I'm going to say this, it looks like at this point, it ain't what's wrong, is what isn't wrong. The defense for Green Bay has been playing terrible. Aaron Rodgers is like the only man there trying to win, and you cannot blame Rodgers for this past week. If anyone blames Aaron Rodgers for the loss, for Green Bay's loss, you're an idiot. Okay? He has got no running back to help him at this point. His receivers ain't doing that good of a job, and the defense is blech. So sorry. That whole team, it could be like a changing of the guard maybe. Maybe Green Bay's not going to be as good anymore. Well, maybe this is just a bad year. We'll see. Technically they're still alive in the playoff hunt, but they're on life support right now. Then of course last night's game, Raiders and Texans. ESPN was talking about it. Mike and Mike was. The officiating was bad. A lot of people said that. Particularly just look at the Texans' first possession in the first quarter. A lot of people said no, that should have been challenged. It should not have been blown dead. Whistle blew. Ref thought the guy stepped out of bounds. When you look at the replay, he clearly did not. Texans had to settle for 3 points on that drive. And remember, they lost 27-20, the Texans. So, if they did not go for the 3, the Texans, and they would have, if the ref would have never blown his whistle, it would have been a touchdown. Game might have been different. Also, another thing that was brought up was the green laser, light pen, whatever it was, laser pointer, that was being shined into the Texans quarterback. Now, I think that was wrong. I think I'd had to be a fan, and most likely I'm going to say a Raider fan, most likely. That fan should be banned from going to any more sports games, because granted, Brock hasn't been good this year, but that was pathetic. Even the Raiders players were saying, yeah, they were seeing a green light on the field. They didn't know what it was. So there's that. But in week 11, I went 10-4, and for the season, I am 93-66-2 now. So yay, 7 wins away from 100. Woohoo! Now getting into this week, there are no buys this week. There will be buys in week 13. I looked ahead of that. But for this week, no buys. So let's start with the 3 Thursday games, which you can watch on Thanksgiving. So who's ever doing the cooking, the other ones can be leaving that person alone in the kitchen and watch football. Yeah! Game 1, it is the Vikings and Lions. A very interesting matchup. This game decides a lot. Because if the Vikings lose, which I think they lost to the Lions already this year. I think they did, yeah, we cut a few weeks ago. So if the Lions win this game again, they will probably be in control of their own destiny in the division. Vikings have to win this game to either jump so they can win the division, or at the very least, depending on what happens with the Redskins and Giants, jump into that wild card setting. But I'm taking Detroit here. Detroit again, being the team that likes to give its fans a heart attack in the fourth quarter. Eventually, the Lions are going to have to actually lead a game from the start and not give it up. I don't know if it's going to be this week. I will say the Vikings did play better against the Cardinals, so this won't be a total disaster. But I'm taking the Lions at home. It's going to be a good early game. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised that it's going to be good this early. But go Lions on that one. Game 2, Redskins and Cowboys. We know I'm taking my Cowboys here on this one. That's just obvious. Should be a good rematch as well. Redskins need this win to stay alive in the division. I know Giants fans, though, I think are kind of torn here. And I would love to know of any Giants fans, if you do watch this, which one would you prefer? And I say it's going to be tough for them for this reason. If the Skins win, that helps you in the division, but it kind of hurts you in the wild card depending what happens with the Giants game if you lose to Cleveland. I don't think it's going to happen, but humor me. Let's say Giants lose to Cleveland. Well then, that sets the Redskins up in a better seed. Well, if Dallas wins, probably another step closer from losing the division, but that still gives you a good stranglehold on that 5th seed. So I want to know, Giants fans, which would you prefer? The division, getting closer to maybe taking over the division, or at least holding on to the 5th seed with the Redskins loss? I would love to know you guys' opinion on that if you are a Giants fan. But I'm taking Dallas here. If Dallas wins this game, they'll be 10-1, and at that point, I think there'd be a cinch to at least get a playoff spot. Which, if they do win, if Dallas does win, I hope somebody make sure Stephen A. Smith is not choking on a piece of turkey, because he probably will. I'm sure the nation agrees with me on that. Moving on to the game that I'm having trouble with. Steelers and Colts. I know Andrew Luck's in the concussion protocol. No one knows if he's going to play or not because of the short week. It is in Indianapolis. I don't know who the backup is for the Colts. I do not. I am sorry. Again, this is what happens when I don't get to take notes. But I'm taking the Steelers here. If Andrew Luck is playing, I might regret that decision. But knowing that he's got to take the concussion protocol, you usually miss the next game with that. Steelers should win this game, so hopefully for my two Steeler fans out there, Ann and Andrew, the Steelers give you a great Thanksgiving night. Moving on to the Sunday games now. Sunday. The Titans travel to Chicago. I am taking the Tennessee Titans here on this one. Bears have just been a bad team overall this year. Yes, I know the Titans did look terrible in that game against Indianapolis at the start of it, but I think Titans bounce back. This is an easy game. The only problem is this is one of those trap games, because if Titans lose this, they could be losing that division could easily go to the Texans at that point. But I'm taking the Titans here. Moving on, we head to Buffalo. Jaguars take on the Bills. I'm taking the Bills on this one. Bills just have a better defense and overall better offense. Jacksonville's just a terrible team this year. Terrible. Just terrible. I can't say anything nice about it. Moving on, Ravens and Bengals. It's in Baltimore this week. Bengals need this one to keep any hope alive. Ravens want this one so they can still be, they control somewhat of their own destiny with the Steelers, because I believe the Ravens do lead the division right now. I might be wrong on that. So if Ravens just win out, hey, you're in the playoffs. I'm going to take the Ravens here, though, because they did play well against Dallas and almost beat them. Bengals have just been a debacle. They got injuries coming out for this weekend, so go Ravens. Moving on, we head to Atlanta as the Cardinals take on the Falcons. I'm taking the Falcons here, guys. Arizona, what the heck happened? Before the season started, a lot of people, myself included, had Arizona in the playoffs. Some people had them as a Super Bowl team, but they're not playing like one. I can't tell what's the harder fall from grace right now from last year to this year. Carolina or Arizona? But I'm taking Atlanta here. They just got a great offense. The defense is still suspect, but if the defense just plays well enough, they can win. So I'm taking the Falcons here. Moving on to the next game, it is my lock of the week. I am taking the Giants in Cleveland, Ohio to beat the Browns. I think Browns are starting another different quarterback, so God help you. Don't worry, Cleveland, don't worry. You'll win again this year. It just won't be this one. Giants should win this one. Better defense, better receivers, better quarterback. As much as I hate saying that part at least, but it's true. Eli Manning, the Giants should have a field day. But this is the trap game of the week. Because if the Giants lose, and there's the word if, but humor me. If the Giants lose to Cleveland, I don't think any Giants fan would be able to hide face. I think Brandon, and you know what, and Brandon, you know who you are, you're a Giants fan. I don't think you'd want to be online for the next week. You'd be like, I'm going to go into hiding. I think any Giants fan would probably do the same thing if they lose to Cleveland. Because at this point, whoever loses to Cleveland from here on out, they're going to want, if anyone loses to Cleveland, they're going to want to hide. Their fan base will literally disappear off the face of the planet, go into the black hole, or go to Pluto. Or go to Uranus. Who knows? But Giants is my lock. Moving on, we have the Rams taking on the Saints. I got the Saints on this one, guys. I don't trust the Rams at all. They blew a game they should have won this past week. Saints, well, offensively, I like them. Defensively, I don't. I just trust the Saints more, veteran quarterback and everything else. So, moving on to the 49ers take on the Dolphins in Miami. I'm taking the Dolphins here. Do I really need to say why? The Niners just stink. They stink. Alright? Niners are terrible. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they start tanking to get the second pick in the draft, because they only got one win, which that's sad. But yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins here, so go Dolphins again. Moving on to the next game, in the last 1 o'clock game, it is the San Diego Chargers taking on the Texans in Houston. I'm taking the Texans here. I don't think no one's going to be flashing a laser pointer in Brock's face. And plus, San Diego's just a bad team this year. Just very bad. Texans should win this one. I know I'm going through these quick, guys, but, packing and moving. Moving on, we head to Tampa Bay for the 4-5 game as the Seahawks take on the Buccaneers. I'm taking the Seahawks here. I think they're going to have a good, easy matchup. They played well against the Eagles. Seahawks have been looking hot right now. But don't overlook Tampa Bay. I made that mistake last week with Kansas City. Saying Kansas City was going to win the game outright, blah, blah, blah. That didn't happen. Tampa Bay is looking better. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year. I think they're still 1 or 2 years away from that. But they are improving. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. Not Green Bay. Light at the end of the tunnel, Buccaneers fans. I'm going to keep saying Packer fans. But yeah, there was light at the end of the tunnel. Moving to the 4:25 games, and I know there was been a switch, and we'll get to that in a minute. Raiders go home to take on the Carolina Panthers. I'm taking the Raiders here, guys. Raiders just a better team. They're the number. I think they're like the number 1 seed in the AFC, or number 2. They're like in the top. I know they're in the top 2. They want to keep winning because you got to keep ahead of Kansas City and Denver. They want to get They want home field advantage. That's what they want. They want everyone to have to go through Oakland. Raiders should win this game. Overall, better overall team than Panthers. I'm sorry. That's just a fact. Now, no, the Chiefs and Broncos game got moved to the Sunday night game. Remember, they moved some games around. So if you're a Patriots and Jets fan, note that the Patriots and Jets game got moved to 4:25. Chiefs and Broncos got moved to 8:30. Keep that in mind. But going with that, I got the Chiefs over Denver. Should be a good matchup. This, to me, was my hardest pick for Sunday's games. Coin flip for me, really. It's in Denver. But we know Kansas City's a good team. Denver's a good team. Most likely both teams will be in the playoffs unless something weird happens. But I'm taking Kansas City here. Should be a great Sunday night game. Better than the Redskins and Packers. And then, of course, the Patriots and Jets. I'm taking the Patriots. Can somebody explain to me why Ryan Fitzpatrick is starting for the Jets this week? Why? You're not making the playoffs. You got nothing to build for. Let the rookie quarterbacks go in there and see what you got. This is a terrible decision by the Jets, who have been disappointing me all year long because I had the Jets in the playoffs for my preseason predictions. But hey, I got screwed in that. Thank you, New York City. But yeah, Patriots should win this game. I can't believe the Jets are starting Ryan Fitzpatrick. That still just boggles my mind and makes it hurt so ever much. And then this Monday night game, it is the Packers and Philadelphia. Both teams need a win to stay alive in the hunt. I think whoever loses this game will most likely be eliminated at that point. And I'm going to go with the upset here because Philadelphia is favored. I am taking the Green Bay Packers on the road, and I can't believe I'm doing this. I am taking Green Bay to beat Philadelphia on the road. It's my upset pick. I don't really, even if I was picking the Eagles, I wouldn't feel confident because of the fact that both teams have been underperforming. At least with the Eagles, it's understandable. Rookie quarterback, rookie head coach, it makes sense. Green Bay, no one knows why that's happening. Granted, everybody can point to the defense, no running game, you gotta pass all the time. Pick one. But I'm taking Green Bay. I'm sure Travis is like, please don't do it, don't switch. But I'm not. I'm taking Green Bay in my upset. So, my recap is, my picks go as follows. I got the Lions, Cowboys, Steelers, Titans, the Bills, Ravens, Falcons, Giants, Saints, Texans, Seahawks, Raiders, the Patriots, Dolphins, Chiefs, and the Green Bay Packers getting a win this week. Now, as far as for Week 13, I don't know when I'm going to do that video yet, because I should hopefully, keyword here, should hopefully be done moving by then. I just got to get the cable and internet hooked up, which they're coming out on the 30th, to do all that. So, Week 13 picks might be done on the 30th or December 1st, before Thursday football, so if they're done on Thursday, yeah, it's going to be under the gun, but it will be that. So, with that being said, let me know who you have winning this week. Have a great week. Good luck to all of your teams this week, and have a happy Thanksgiving, guys. I'll see you next time, folks. Remember, eat that turkey, and don't go out on Black Friday. Stay home. Be safe.